If you're invited somewhere but don't want to go, how honest should you be about declining?
Ooh, got to take a Dylan diplomatic approach there, I think. Dylan, tell us what you would say.
I mean, it just says an event. There's no
If you're invited somewhere but don't want to go,
somewhere that's so vague.
Hey,
how
Dylan,
honest how honest should you be about declining?
do you want to meet Corey and I at a mechanical bowling place tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m.?
I think that I think it's totally fine to say, and this is an overly unnecessarily polite way to say it. Thank you so much for offering. I'm not able to come, but I really appreciate it. And then you just the end. But I also sometimes read things and memes and reels and whatever, and it's like the word no is a complete sentence. And I also agree with that. And so if you're not trying to go with the nice version, you could just say no or no thank you.
Okay, so then what about so I text you three and was like, "Hey, let's do mechanical bowling tomorrow at 8:30." And Corey's like, "Yeah, whatever," because that's what Corey would always do. Uh and then Dylan is like, "Oh, thank you for thinking of me, but I can't go."
Mm-hmm.
And then I came back with "Oh, is everything okay?" Now what do you do?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Okay, we'll be praying for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
See, I know it's semantics, but I don't even like that you said am not able or can't.
Because it's a lie.
Because you're not able
It's
and you're not so like this is where I get too in my head about the
yeah,
response because
No,
you are right. No is a complete sentence.
absolutely. Yeah,
The
we all
people
agree there.
the people pleaser in me though still wants to give that extra layer of you aren't owed this explanation, but because I value you and the relationship, I will give you a reason. And Sherry's like, we don't owe people an answer as to why we're not gonna go or don't want to go. And I'm like, I know, but this is like the so I need to get better at just being like, no thanks. But
I
I'm always
can't.
like, well, what had happened was so we had been up late the night before because we missed our flight in Chicago, and so we had to take a later flight. And what like I don't owe anybody any of
I can't come because my preferences don't want me to.
That's
That's
there it is.
that's
You're
why I
like,
can't because my preference is no. And so I'm being told no, which means I can't come.
yeah. It's like I've been sleeping great, and I mean everything's fine.
I
Um,
had too many beans on my hot dogs and it wouldn't be a good time. You know what I mean? Uh,
yeah,
So like if I were gonna try to be that truncated in my response, I still wouldn't say can't or am unable to. I would be like not feeling it. Thanks for the invite. Or something like that. That's not too jerkish, but is still somehow better in my mind.
yeah, reminds me of a quote from The Big Bang Theory that Sheldon shows up somewhere and Leonard he says, "Sorry, I'm late." And Leonard says, "What happened?" And Sheldon says, "Nothing. I just really didn't want to come."
uh,
Uh, kind of like that. So you might still be sorry that you're late, but not sorry that you didn't come earlier. So
yeah.
both things can be true.
I think we should use like humor would be a good way to get past that. Be
okay.
like, would you like to go to this thing? Be like, no, I'm a dad in my 40s, and I just don't want to.
Yeah,
Because that
or
gives them a little something to chuckle about, and they also probably understand.
yeah, you could say, "I would love to spend time with both of you, but not doing that." So
Yeah.
that
Well, we're
feels,
totally open to changing the plan. What would you like to do?
Yeah, yeah,
and maybe I would be totally open to doing a new thing, but I don't want to do that thing.
I
Uh,
don't think you're alone in your comedic response, Kendall, because I follow a few Instagram pages and like a lot of the memes of 30 and 40-year-olds are like saying things like, remember when you used to want to go out at the drop of a hat and now you're like, I'm 40 with kids and responsibilities. Stop asking me places. always and forever, thank you, bye. I just want to be in my house, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing else going on. Listen, just don't want to not be on a couch. That's
And I think at some point the acknowledgement is I think we're overthinking the plans versus, hey, it'd be good to see you. Can I grab a large pizza on the way to your house? And we just sit on the couch. And I think a lot of people would be like, let's do that. And then next time I'll get a bucket of fried chicken on the way to your house. How does that sound? That sounds great. And then after that, I'll get Taco Bell on the way to your house. And
I also kind of want to just fart whenever I want. So
yeah. So it's the ratio of the amount of things you're doing just decreases. It's not that you don't ever want to see people, but certainly less often because the amount of farting that I'd like to do would be better off alone, not within company.
So I'm like obsessed with one of these Instagram pages, and I know I'm not 30 anymore, but I'm still in that like vicinity. So I found one of the collections of tweets and memes, and so one of them says, making new friends as an adult is hard because the people I'd get along best with are the ones that also don't want to leave their house.
Mm-hmm.
Adult friendship is really just shooting off texts like, yes, hello, I'm not dead yet. Can I arrange to see you in 4 to 6 weeks? Current and new friends should be aware that when I say definitely let's do that, I just mean in our imagination. Me, we got invited to 2 parties this weekend. Wife, wow, we finally have friends. Me, we're skipping both, right? Wife, obviously.
Yeah.
Like that type of stuff. Like clearly that's the sentiment. This one is funny. It's not really related, but it says, my mom only remembers my childhood friends based on the perceived slights they committed against her 15 years ago. I'll mention a name and she'll just be like, ah, yes, the one with the muddy shoes.